Look at the scenery. That's Mount Samat right there. See the cross at the top? That's Mount Samat. Damn, girl, you almost... Look at that. Did you see that? She just crossed a freaking highway without even giving a shit. Luckily, I turned my head right away and saw her on time. Golly, man. Yeah, pag malapit na maubos, dito makapagis ako. 1 hour 17 minutes. Ay, naka-rest siya sa likod. Dad. Bye. See you tomorrow. GPS? Yeah. Message lang ako dito. Mag-message ako pagdating ko doon. All right, well, I am heading out. Today we are riding all the way to I think a town called, or a province called La Union. It's somewhere up north. It's about a 6-hour ride for me to go there. And first I gotta go pick up Joshua. He is staying at his grandparents' house, and it's about an hour north of me. So I'll come pick him up, and we're gonna start rolling. That's my elementary school. This is where I went to elementary school. So I used to walk all the way about a mile out when we were still living, when I was still living here, when I was a kid, and all that shebang. It's fun. This is a nice little town. Everybody pretty much knows everybody. So, and my retirement plan is basically move back here and just kinda, you know, enjoy the peace. However, though, it gets pretty loud here, especially with the karaoke's at night. My dad hates it. Hates people, like especially his neighbors. They love to sing all the way to, you know, late at night, and he hates that. As you can see on my right, these are called, well, it's a tricycles, or tricycle in Tagalog. So this is like one of the primary mode of transportations here. It's cheap, it's nimble, it's also affordable for those who wants to basically have that kind of you know, have a quick source of income. So it's good stuff, good stuff. I hope I have my setting set to hyperview. We'll see. Don't wait. It's nice right now. It actually rained last night. It was pretty hard. Luckily it's pretty dry already. I think we might encounter some rain along the way, but hopefully it won't be too bad. But right now it's a little bit warm already, but at least when you're moving, the breeze is pretty nice. So, you know, that's that. Ooh, somebody's running. I gotta go run too. So it looks like I still have plenty of gas. Or I hope it's not broken, is what I meant. Woohoo! But once freaking around 10 o'clock hits, it's gonna be hot as balls here. So I'm hoping that this leather jacket that I have, which is a perforated jacket, is usually good for, you know, heat like this, because it doesn't penetrate right away. I hope it stands. So as you notice also, the roads here are pretty tight. So you gotta have to be very alert all the time. The traffic system is not very good as well. It's pretty mediocre. You basically, you know, people just do their thing. At the, you know, even at the intersections, there's no traffic light. You just basically figure it out for yourselves. But yeah, what's this the guy doing? Ah! Ah! So I'm glad that this bike is not too aggressive. So I'm pretty upright. So my bag is actually sitting on the backrest right now, or on the back seat here. So it's not very heavy, but we'll see. Yesterday when I rode from Joshua's place all the way back here, it was about an hour ride, and we did it at the middle of the day. And I got sunburned. Like right now, my skin, especially my arms, hurts a little. But you know, I put some lotion in it. Hopefully, it doesn't get too crazy. One of the things I forgot to bring. Well, actually, I lost one of the piece. It's my my earplugs. But the good thing is, at least this bike is not too loud, so it's not really necessary for me to wear one right now. And also, again, because of the road, even at the highways, I probably won't be going at a high speed just because of all the traffic. So. It's good stuff, good stuff. My helmet's starting to stink because I sweat on it last night or yesterday. And so I wanted to wash it last night, but I'm afraid it might not get dry on time, because they don't really have a concept of dryers here. They have washing machines, but people don't usually, like, if my parents don't have a dryer, so because it's not really necessary just because of the heat that you get naturally already outside. So you just hang your chaise. Not really sure how much gas I have left, but giddy up. Alright, there you go. This is the Roman Highway, or they call it Pablo Roman Highway. So it used to be, when I was young, this road is it looked wider than it is now. This is like the main arterial road, you know, within the Philippines. And 20 years after, they started building all this expressways, which are tolled roads. And they're even bigger, and so it's more convenient. But this, you know, you see all the tricycles using this road, so it can get congested here, especially during rush hours. But you know, it's early in the morning, so I don't have to deal with that right now. The breeze is really nice right now. Water buffaloes over there. That's like one of the main thing that they use, or they use it mostly for farming, the water buffaloes, because people, especially farmers, are not subsidized enough to be able to afford machineries for plowing, so they would use water buffaloes. They've been around for generations and they're very effective. So one of the things about riding motorcycles here, especially in this kind of roads, as you can see, you don't really want to go fast here. You don't want to be pushing your motorcycles here, or your speed, because you can get, you know, it's very unpredictable. Look at the scenery. That's Mount Samat right there. See the cross at the top? That's Mount Samat. Damn, girl, you almost... Look at that. Did you see that? She just crossed a freaking highway without even giving a shit. Luckily, when I turned my head right away and saw her on time. Golly, man. She is bananas. So one of the things, one of the features of the Philippines is a bunch of mountains like that. See the mountain range over there? It's pretty nice. Farms, rice fields, and mountains is what you would normally see around here. Oh shit, looks like this is gonna be flooded. Let's see, be careful, be careful. I have to be careful in this kind of freaking roads, man. Set up motorcycles on the road. So Bataan is the province that I'm in. It is situated, it's a peninsula situated west of Manila, divided by, or separated by, the Manila Bay. So you can actually take the ferry from Manila to Bataan, to pretty much my town, and it takes about 45 minutes. Now if you wanna drive or take the transportation, the bus, whatever, it takes about 3 hours to get here. It's actually faster now because of the expressways, but back then it would take about 3 hours. I think now it's been cut to about 2.5 at least. All the homies are going to work. What the hell was that? So the best way to ride motorcycles here is to just enjoy the scenery. So you don't have to go too fast. There's really no point. We're going to the track this Friday, so I'll push it there. Probably not too hard because this bike is, I don't know this bike. No, it's not my bike. And the last time I did push a bike that's not familiar to me is when I broke my clavicle. Knock on wood this time. What is this dude doing? Don't push it, don't push it. No. I should have like stopped, but you know, it is what it is. So as you can see, the traffic system here is basically survival of the fittest kind of thing. There's some you know, there is some attempt to organize, or you know, or make it efficient, whatever, but people just generally still do their own thing. Like this guy, see? That's how you do it, baby. So I'm turning left to Santa Monica later. Santa Monica! See that? Gotta watch out for these tricycles, man. They're the king of the roads. You better not do it, dude. Golly, that shit's scary as hell. And most of the time, I'm just on my 4th gear. I don't even go past that. Look at this. That's because of all this freaking... Maybe once we get on the expressway, you know, there won't be any traffic like this here. It'll be easier. I'll be able to go faster. But not here, man. Not in these roads, man. This road is bananas. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, they're just popping out from nowhere, baby. Yow, yow. Whoa, fast. Too fast, too furious. Ah, it's nice. I like this. I like the breeze, but once I stop, I'm gonna start sweating profusely. So this bike, by the way, cost Josh 14,000 pesos each, and that's about $200 for the whole week. So, and I asked them if you know, if they are okay for us to take this to the track, and they said yes. So at least we won't have to rent another motorcycle to go to the track. But since this is more of a sports touring bike, this probably won't be as fun to to ride in the track. But we're mostly in it for the experience of riding the track at Clark. You know, I watch a few Filipino motovloggers who are based here, and a lot of them went there, and it looks pretty fun. So I'm gonna check it out. There's a cop. Uh-oh, I'm speeding. Am I speeding? I think this is like the traffic enforcer here at least here in the province of Bataan. There's a lot of developments happening in this area, like this one. They're probably gonna turn this one into a subdivision. What? I wish I had a tinted visor. Ah! Ah! So, man, they have a kid in that scooter, and that's very common here in the Philippines, man. Like, families would have a scooter like that, and they would let their kids ride in it without any freaking helmets on. And a lot of them, there's been a lot of cases where they got, you know, people died, kids died doing that kind of stupidity, man. You don't have to wait for the government to enforce strict rules before doing something responsible, like not letting your kids ride in a freaking scooter without a helmet, especially. I mean, I know, you know, people can't really afford cars and whatnot, but if you still have a choice to just ride the public transportation, you know, without putting your kids in danger like that. People are taking too much risk in this country. I'll follow you, sir. All right. Yeah, buddy. Man, this town. Oh, let's go over here to the right. You just have to be very careful. It's not that bad. You just have to be very careful and knock on wood. Don't let your ego take over. Be smart about things. Alright, now we're gonna get a bunch of traffic light around here. I'm gonna be turning left soon, so giddy up. Woo! Hot. I think he's selling one of those enchantments thing. I'm gonna be turning left soon. Alright, where the f is Santa Monica, baby? Fuck is this Santa Monica, hey? Here? I know. I'm gonna go the other way. Other way. That shit's creepy as hell. You'll see. Oh, there's another parade right there. No, is that a parade? So as you can see, that lady that asked me for money, she's actually from the, we call them Aitas tribe. They're basically a group of people who came from Africa, crossed the land bridge through Asia into the Philippines a long time ago. They were supposedly the first people here in the Philippines. I would say sadly they are the most neglected group of people here in the Philippines. It's not because they're being discriminated upon. I guess they're being discriminated upon, but also they prefer their living in like remote areas and just do their own thing. There are plenty of other tribes here in the Philippines who are in that situation, but most of them, like here, just in our area, it's mostly the Aitas. I think I've seen a few people who have succeeded from that tribe, from that group of people here in the Philippines. In terms of their careers and businesses and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanna mention that. It's getting crowded now because people are starting to go to work. I think it's about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we are. Ooh, look at these watermelons. Those are cool. Those looks good. Oh, yellow watermelons. That's what's up. Pineapples. Yes, this area is famous for those kind of fruits. Pineapples, watermelons, some other things. If you love tropical fruits, the Philippines is where to go. Cause they are fun. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Alright. San Roque Dao High School. So by the way, Pampanga is not actually have their own dialect called Pampangueño. I don't know what it's called. It's just Pampangueño. Ouch. Which is pretty curious because us from Bataan actually are I guess I can park here. I don't know. I hope you don't freaking hit my shoes.